Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. Today I really want to talk about anxiety. Anxiousness has been experienced by so many people. I've experienced it on a number of occasions in my life. People in my life, my family, my friends, they've experienced it at different times of their lives. What is it and why, what can we do to overcome the anxious feelings or thoughts that we're having? So thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Su Patel and I am all about self-worth, helping people create a higher level of self-worth so that they can create more joy, more love, more money and abundance in their lives so that they can live their best life. So thank you so much for being here today. What is anxiousness? What is it? It's a thought or a feeling or a worry, if you like, about what's going to happen in the future, what's going to happen tomorrow or in the next hour or next year. We're constantly thinking or feeling anxious about what's going to happen. And why we're feeling anxious or worried is because we don't want to experience a feeling that we've experienced in the past, all right? And we think that that's going to happen again, and we're going to have to go through those thoughts and those feelings again, all right? So that's what anxiousness creates, is we want to avoid feeling those feelings that we've experienced in the past, but it's all to do with what we're thinking about could happen in the future. Okay, so how do you handle yourself in that situation? Like, what is it that you can do? So, something that I've really experienced, when I was made redundant from my job, when I separated from my husband and I had to sell my house, this all happened in 2016. And, I was constantly feeling anxious around, what's going to happen to my future, what's going to happen to my daughter's future, how am I going to create an income because I'd lost my job. And, these thoughts and these worries were all to do with the future. But it's so difficult in that moment, because you can't get yourself out of it, that all you can think about is what could go wrong. Like, that's what we're thinking about, is what could go wrong in our future, and that it will never be how it was, because we had such a great time, we were in such a great place, or, we're thinking like, oh no, we don't want anything to go wrong, and we don't want to experience those horrible feelings and those horrible situations, and, maybe we won't be able to handle it. Like, we're creating this fear. Okay, but what is fear? Fear is false evidence appearing real. And in that moment that we're experiencing this anxiety and this anxiousness, right, we think that what we're thinking is going to happen in the future is actually going to happen. All right. Now, number one is we don't have a crystal ball that we can't say, oh, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. And number two is that the more we think about what could go wrong, we're telling the universe that actually, because we're focusing our energy on it, that's exactly what we want to happen. Does that make sense? Like, we're working with the law of attraction here, right? And we're manifesting by focusing on that thought and that feeling, something that we don't want. Like, we're almost self-creating what we don't want in the future. Okay. And I know, like, in that moment, it's so hard to get yourself out of it, because all you can think about is the worry, the fear, the scaredness, the frightened emotion of like, oh my God, I'm not going to be safe. I'm not going to be okay, because I'm going to have to deal with that. I'm going to have to deal with that, right? So we're constantly focusing our thoughts on the future. Now, one of the things that has really helped me really ground myself in managing my anxiety and my anxiousness is by asking myself, hold on a minute, but is anything going wrong right now? Is anything wrong right now? No, it isn't. And it just really helped me ground myself back to this moment. And then what I do is, in the next moment, I do the same thing. Okay, is anything wrong right now? No, it isn't. And when you look at right now, when you really bring yourself to the groundedness of right now, you can see that you're safe, right? Like, I really got that I was safe right now, that I don't have anything to worry about right now, because the only minute you have any control over is this minute, right? So when you bring yourself back to this minute, you can see you have a roof over your head, you've got clothes on your back, you're in a very safe space, and there's nothing wrong. Okay, so have a go at doing that. If you're feeling anxious, is just bring yourself back to this moment, that there's nothing wrong here, that you're safe. And then in the next moment, create that. And then just do it for a few minutes, right? A few moments of, okay, there's nothing wrong in this moment. There's nothing wrong in this moment. And you'll see that the anxiousness will dissipate. Okay, and whenever you're feeling like that, keep practicing that. Keep training yourself to ask yourself, is anything wrong right now? And the answer will always be no, there's nothing wrong right now in this moment. Okay, so I hope you take that on, and I hope that's given you something to really help you manage yourself and ground yourself in this moment, because that's all you ever really have control over, is this moment. Okay, and find the joy, find the gratitude, find the love that you have in this moment. Find those higher emotions in this moment. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. For more content and more, love and connection, please do connect with me on my LinkedIn page. The link to that is in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.